Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Jane's World. Apologies from last week, I know I forgot to show you my belly. But if you've been tuning in every week, you probably haven't seen the progression that much, but my God, it's so hard now. Like, feels like literally there's a football in there. Symptoms at 25 weeks. Baby, by the way, is the size of a cauliflower. 1.5 pounds, 13 and a half inches, give or take. Now it's becoming a bit scary because there's, that's got to come out and it's going to get bigger. But just trust the body is designed to do this. Right, this past week, I've had a really hard time sleeping. It's starting just to get uncomfortable. It's starting to get uncomfortable getting comfortable, because moving requires a lot of effort, and I'm like rolling into, I'm halfway through month six now, and there's like I've got quite a way to go still, right? 3 months. I don't know. Sleeping anyway sucks at the minute. I've got one of these big banana pregnancy pillows anyway, and I'm up peeing, but it's just like the thought of having to get up. It's like hard. It's hard to turn over. And hugging is becoming really funny now because there's just like a fucking belly in between the two people. So it's comical. And my belly's hard. It feels like a football. What else? I'm peeing a lot, and also now I have the hormones of a psycho. I've been such a bitch this past week. And yeah, I've been moving, and yes, moving is stressful, and my move was especially stressful because it did not go to plan at all. First of all, peed it down for days, like most of the long weekend, just peed it down. And I got to my new house, and no, the condition that they've left it in is not acceptable for me to move in. And of course, I don't want to be doing tons of work. It's their job. So I worded, let's just say, a strongly worded email to the letting agents here to let them know I wasn't impressed, and I also emailed the landlord directly, so hopefully that's going to get fixed because I've only managed to move bits and pieces in, and so I've just been basically sat now picking paint colours. Anyone who else is 25 weeks pregnant, you're probably getting heartburn just as much as me. It's horrible, but apparently this hormone relaxin does literally relax everything, and even the muscles that control the esophagus acid reflux part of eating foods. The good thing, or the silver lining about that, is it affects me the most with carbohydrates, so I've had to ease up on the toast and the crumpets, which is definitely not a bad thing. They say right now you should have put on about 15 to 18 pounds, but this person right here has put on 22 pounds. And it's gone here, right? I can see it's gone on my face, my arms, my hips. Hopefully it'll just come off there really quickly, fingers crossed. Summer baby, right? So I'll be outdoors walking loads and loads. Anyway. Fetal movement is more noticeable now than it ever has been. She definitely is on her little routine, and sadly she's awake at night time. So I have an anterior placenta, so when I do feel her, I really feel her. That means her kicks are like pretty powerful when I get them. So it's usually after dinner and then around 11:30 at night or onwards. Now, over the weekend, I didn't feel her. I picked my mum up actually on Friday from the airport. She flew down to help me with this move that became a phantom move. So we just ended up, shopping and kind of gallivanting around, and we had so much fun. But then I didn't feel her for about 24 hours. And I remember lying in bed and saying to my, I was crashing with my mum anyway, sharing my bed. So I was lying next to her and I was like, I'm getting really worried because I can't feel anything. So I did all of these little tests that they tell you to do with the flashlight on your stomach, and have a cold sugary drink or ice water, turn over, maybe massage the belly and do all of those things. And it was like crickets. I got nothing, like no feedback at all. And then the anxiety hits you, the stress, literally, you're like, oh my God, what happened? And then in the back of my mind, I was in the maternity unit a couple of days before. So as I was kind of registering at or doing my thing at reception at the maternity unit, there was someone checking in to the spring suite or something like that. But anyway, they were checking in because they have to go to this special suite to give birth to their baby. Their baby had passed away, and I just couldn't even imagine the pain. And I'm there doing my thing, and then I leave, and I just think, that I was thinking about that couple then the rest of the day and a bit later on. And then of course it came back when I couldn't feel my baby moving. And you get busy, right, in the day. You've got so much going on that a lot of the times you maybe don't really notice. And I do know that I've got an anterior placenta, but my God, this level of worry for someone you don't even know yet, haven't met them, is just, it's maybe because so much is out of your control that, it's just literally up to chance. And I know my odds now and everything are a lot higher. And baby, even if it's born prematurely at this point, would just be a micropreemie, and they do have a survival rate. And, but the thought of a heartbeat just stopping out of potentially no reason at all would be just a really hard experience, I think, to go through. I think one of the hardest experiences anyone would go through, because I probably took for granted this, like, pregnancy or people that had been pregnant before, but every single day, every hour, it is such at the forefront of your mind. Everything you do, most things that you eat, not straining yourself, like, it's like, it's a lot to take on, and it's a lot of added stress to your life. And baby's not even here yet, and then your body's changing, and of course you're like super hormonal. But back to my experience. So 24 hours, no movements. And I messaged my midwife, and then I called the helpline number that's on my white papers that we're given this book, called White Papers. And then I called them, and she just said, yeah, you might as well come in. There might be a bit of a wait because we're really busy, but come in and we'll get you hooked up to Doppler. And I went in, and it was like, pardon my language, but it was the longest wait ever. I think I was there way after midnight. When was this? Saturday night? Yes, Friday night or Saturday night? I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday night. And yeah, it was awful. And then I'm lying on the bed, and I go through again, like, my symptoms and whatever else, and literally right away I heard the heartbeat, and I just started bawling. And my mum was there as well. It was so nice, like, such a relief to hear such a strong heartbeat. And then the rest of the night she's just kicking up a storm. So I don't know really what she was doing for that 24 hours, but they are more spatially aware now. So they know what up is and down is, and front and back. So she also might have been kicking me at the back. She might have been flipped around, and you don't feel that because there's not really any nerves or anything back there. So yeah, thank God. That was super scary. So that, and then the stress of the moving, and then we just went shopping on Saturday, and I was in the lift at this parking thing downtown. It's in the lift, and the lift is a massive lift, right? Like the ones at the airport where you've got, like, can get literally 10 people in at once. It's a big lift, right? So I'm walking in, and this couple's leaving, and she says a comment really under her breath. Sorry, my dog's dreaming, and it's the cutest thing. Under her breath, but I heard it because I have super sensory hearing, and my smell is on another level. What she said was, oh, you could at least wait for us to get out or something. My normal thing, I wouldn't say anything, But no, not that day. I went, oh, shut up, like that, really loud. I shocked myself. My mum was peeing her pants in the elevator. Sorry, just dropped something on there on the way down. Yeah, but I just had no patience for dipshits all weekend. And then, of course, my stuff with the tenancy. Anyway, just don't want to cross my path this week because I'm like, you know, super pregnant, super hormonal. Yeah, so nursery will be on the filming list for probably week 26 and week 27. I'll do a little bit more out and about in my house, decorating and stuff like that. I'm going to show you my belly now, and thanks, by the way, for my subscribers and people that have given me a thumbs up. It does mean the world to me, and it does only take a second, right? So just click the thumbs up button or the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my little updates on my journey. Okay, I'm going to show you my bump. Where's Wally? Where's Waldo? Shirt. So this is my round football cauliflower belly. That's from the other side. Wondering if I should just move you a touch. There, that's a bit better, isn't it? Okay, let's show you. There it is. It's literally really popped out here, I think. Hello. This guy, little guy, wants to go for a walk. Give me a second. Ow, he's scratching me. Yeah, there's the belly. I wish you all an amazing week, and I will see you next week for week 26. If you've got any questions or want me to do a video on something specific or talk about literally anything, shoot me a comment in the comment section below, and yeah, we'll get chatting about whatever it is. Bye. Okay. Oh. Oh.